President Russell M. Nelson, leader of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, passed away on September 27, 2025, at the age of 101. His death marked the close of an extraordinary chapter in church history. For nearly 8 years, he had led the church as president, offering guidance, comfort, and a steady voice to millions of members across the globe. His passing brought a wave of grief and reflection. Tributes poured in from political leaders, faith leaders, and members from all walks of life. Among the most emotional tributes came from Reverend Dr. Amos C. Brown, a longtime friend and partner in dialogue, who broke down in tears while remembering the man he called both a prophet and a brother. Dr. Brown began his tribute by acknowledging the weight of the moment. He said that September 27, 2025, would not only be remembered as the day President Nelson passed away, but also as the day the world lost a rare voice of faith, compassion, and dignity. His voice trembled as he described Nelson's impact. He said the man who had spent his life healing hearts as a surgeon and later healing souls as a prophet left behind a legacy that would not be forgotten. The Reverend spoke openly about his personal grief. He said the news of Nelson's death pierced him deeply. "I cried like a child," he admitted, his words halting through emotion. "I cried because I lost a friend. I cried because I lost a companion in faith. And I cried because the world lost a man of God." His honesty moved those who listened, showing that the bond between them was built not on ceremony, but on genuine friendship. Dr. Brown shared memories of his many conversations with Nelson. He said their discussions were never superficial. They spoke of faith, of justice, of compassion, and of what it meant to serve God's children. He recalled how Nelson never rushed their talks. He gave his full attention, listening carefully, responding thoughtfully, and showing deep respect. Dr. Brown said that listening was one of Nelson's greatest gifts. He did not listen to argue. He listened to understand. That, the Reverend said, was a mark of true leadership. He also remembered moments of encouragement. There were times, he said, when he himself grew weary of the struggles in ministry and the constant fight for justice. In those moments, Nelson offered words of strength. He told him to hold on to faith, to trust God's plan, and to never doubt the power of love. Those words became a lifeline, Dr. Brown explained, and they will echo in his memory for as long as he lives. The Reverend then reflected on Nelson's remarkable life. Born in 1924, Nelson lived through more than a century of change. He became a skilled heart surgeon, pioneering medical techniques that saved countless lives. But his career in medicine was only the beginning. In 1984, he was called as an apostle of the church, and in 2018, at the age of 93, he became the 17th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Through it all, Dr. Brown said, Nelson's focus remained the same. He lived to serve. He said Nelson's leadership style was marked by courage. He did not shy away from bold changes. He reorganized programs, introduced new policies, and emphasized personal spiritual responsibility. Even when those decisions were difficult, he moved forward with faith. Dr. Brown said that courage came not from stubbornness, but from conviction. Nelson believed in God's guidance, and he followed it without hesitation. Dr. Brown spoke about Nelson's role on the global stage. He recalled how Nelson traveled tirelessly, even into his late 90s. He met with world leaders, embraced children, and spoke to members across continents. In Africa, in Asia, in Europe, and in the Americas, Nelson's message was the same. He reminded people that they were all children of God, equally loved and equally worthy of compassion. That, Dr. Brown said, was the heart of his ministry. The Reverend grew emotional when recalling Nelson's humility. He said that despite his high position, Nelson never acted above others. He treated everyone with kindness. He remembered one occasion when Nelson bent down to speak with a young child at eye level, smiling and giving the child his full attention. That simple gesture, Dr. Brown said, captured who he was. He did not see rank or title. He saw people. The Reverend also spoke about Nelson's views on family. Nelson often shared stories of his late wife, his children, and his grandchildren. His love for them was clear in his words and in his eyes. Dr. Brown said this devotion to family shaped the way Nelson led the church. He saw the church itself as a family. That is why he preached so often about unity, forgiveness, and love. Dr. Brown's voice cracked when he said, "I will miss him. I will miss his smile. I will miss his words of encouragement. And I will miss knowing that he was there, praying for me as I prayed for him." He wept openly, unafraid to show his grief. He said the pain of losing Nelson was heavy, but it was softened by gratitude. Gratitude that he had known him, gratitude that they had walked together in faith, and gratitude that Nelson's example would remain. He reminded those listening that President Nelson's work did not end with his death on September 27, 2025. His teachings, his example, and his love continue to guide millions. He said that honoring Nelson's memory means living by the values he preached: compassion, service, faith, and love for all people. The Reverend then spoke about the future of the church. With Nelson's passing, leadership now turns to President Dallin H. Oaks. Dr. Brown said the best way to honor Nelson is to support his successor with the same devotion. He urged members to remain united and faithful. He said Nelson would not want grief to weaken the church. He would want it to move forward with strength. Dr. Brown closed his tribute with words that left many in tears. He said, "Russell, my brother, you have finished your race. You have run it well. You gave your life to God and to his children. You healed hearts. You healed souls. And now you rest in peace. I will carry your memory with me until my own final day." His tribute lasted several minutes, but its impact lingered long after. Those who heard it said they felt both sorrow and hope. Sorrow for the loss of a beloved prophet, and hope because his example remains alive in the lives of those he touched. The death of President Nelson on September 27, 2025, has been described as the end of an era. But Dr. Brown's words reminded the world that it is also the beginning of a legacy of compassion, courage, humility, and faith. Other tributes may have listed Nelson's achievements or focused on his global influence, but Dr. Brown's tribute stood apart. It was deeply personal. It revealed the man behind the title: a friend who listened, a mentor who encouraged, a leader who loved. As the church now prepares for the funeral and the transition of leadership, members carry with them the memory of a man who lived fully and loved deeply. President Russell M. Nelson's death on September 27, 2025, is a moment of mourning. But through the tears of friends like Reverend Dr. Amos C. Brown, it is also a moment of gratitude. In the end, Dr. Brown's emotional tribute captured what words on paper rarely can. It captured the heartbeat of friendship. It captured the power of faith, shared between two men from different traditions, but united in love. And it captured the truth that while President Nelson is gone, his light remains.